Today is day 353 of data science. It is also Wednesday, July 6th, 2022. And today, the case scenario that I'm going to work with, I just came up with it. So it's basically like I am a pediatrician and it's, school season and lots of kids are coming to my, I don't know, my place, the doctor place, to the doctors, right, to get their physicals done. And in the physicals, I have to check off if they are, in quotations, normal, right, for their weight, in accordance with their height, if they're overweight, if they're obese, or if they're severely obese. And I'm going to go, I'm referencing to this like table I found online. I'm not too worried if it's accurate or not because it's just an example for an SQL database. But I'm going to be using this. So what I'll do is I'm going to create an SQL table or database and I'm going to call it patients, and I'm going to just insert the patient's name, their height, and their weight, their current weight. And then from there, I'll do some querying. I'll practice querying and I'll be like, okay, if the patient is like 58 inches, then, and they are like, if their weight is like greater than 91 but less than 115, then they are considered normal weight. And I'll just like, do that 5,000 times. So I'm going to go over here to MySQL thing, and I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit. So I'll do create table and I'll call it patients. And then the first column is going to be my ID. So in here goes a column. So it's going to be an integer data type. And it's going to be my primary key. So it's not just any column. It's going to be like my identifier that identifies every patient that I put in my database. And I'm going to say auto increment, which is just a specification telling SQL that I want SQL to automatically, give each patient an identifier where, in comparison to, me doing it. All right, and then the second column is going to be the name. This is going to be text. And then I'm going to do height. This is going to be integer. And then I'm going to do, what's the other one? Oh, the weight. And this is going to also be an integer. Okay, and then at this point, did I spell it wrong? Oh, I spelled this wrong. What now? Auto increment, primary key, ID, name text, height integer. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to insert my first patient. So I'm going to insert into my table name, which is patients, and then I have to copy the columns that I have in here. So I'm going to put the columns that I'm going to write the values for. So I'm just going to copy and paste that, put those in there, and then I have to write values and then put in the information of my patient. So let's say, honestly, I'm so tired of coming up with names. Okay, really? God, can I just have a name? Like, what is it? Yeah, quick name. Thank you. Gills, why do they have to be so complicated? Can it just be like normal names? Really? Like, why? Just tell me why. Character names, like, now this is getting ridiculous. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the name generator, to the quick name. We'll go with that. Bree. Okay, I'll do Bree. It's just hard to spell. So Bree is the first patient, and let's say she is, let me use this table over here. So 59 inches. Oops. So I'll do 59 for inches, and then her weight is, let's say, 95. Okay. All right, so we'll do that. And then to see this first patient in the database, I'm going to select everything, which is a little star symbol from my table name patients. And then you can see that Bree is in here and she's automatically given an identifier, an ID. Okay, so that's good. And then let me just add a few more patients. I need another name. So Mac. Let's also do maybe now uh Frederick, Betsy. Ooh, I love Betsy. All right, and let me do a few more. All right, and then I'll do maybe let's do Una. How about Ari? I think that's good. All right, so at this point, I'll just kind of change our height. So I'll go off the table, so maybe 65, 67, or maybe, no, yeah, I'll do 65, for their height, 67, um, let's do 59 again. Let's just keep it 59 and then 67. Okay, so now let's do some querying. Oh, I forgot their weights. So let's do like 100. Probably not. Maybe 180. Let's do 200. Let's do 190, 140, and we're just gonna go from there. Okay, so now to query. So let's say I want to know those who are, I could just, maybe I'll do those who are, how do I want to do this? So maybe those who are overweight, who are 5'9", or if they're 5'9", they are overweight if they do that, if this happens. So let me select, first of all, everybody, where's my stuff? Okay. Select the patients or the name of the patients from, oops, name from my table patients where their height is equal to 59. So Brie, Ari, and Una are 4'11". And let's see, I want to know, let's see, let me think. Which ones are, let's say, overweight and who are normal, whatever. So let's do, and um, their weight is equal to, or actually, their weight is, let's say I want to know out of these three girls who is in like, who's like overweight. Okay, so I'll do has to be greater than 124 and less than 43. Oh, 143. 143? I'm so confused. Is that a typo? I'm gonna assume that's 143. Yeah, so less than, and then weight is also less than 143. Um hmm, so no one. So out of these girls, none of them are overweight, but that doesn't mean that they can be like, obese. So we'll try the other ones too. So I'll do 148 greater than 148. So this is going to be if the girls are obese, so 193 less than 193. All right, so Una. Okay, so Una is a patient where her height is 4'11" and she weighs greater than 148 pounds and less than 193 pounds, which makes her wait, no, what does it make her? Obese for her age. So, if I was, her pediatrician, I would write on her physical that she, check off obese. And then I would, and I don't know how the process goes, but I would tell her parents and then inform her of her options and whatever. But anyway, this is a use case for this, I guess. Let's try another one. So let me do severely obese and see if anybody falls under that condition. So greater than 198 and less than 267. All right, so Ari. Ari is 4'11", and she weighs more than 198 pounds and less than 267 pounds, meaning that she is severely obese for her height. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Anyway, let's move on. How about normal in quotation marks? So 94 and 119. So 94 and 119. So Brie. Oh, that's actually crazy. They each fell under a different category. So Brie is 4'11", and she weighs greater than 94 pounds and less than 119 pounds, and that considers her to be normal weight in quotation marks. Anyway, so in her physical, I would just check off normal and she'll be good to go. Okay, so let's say I want the names from patients where let me think, where they are, let's say I just want patients whose weight is less than like 100. So in this case, Brie and Mac are less than 100. So let's say like I'm kind of trying to spot people who are maybe at risk, right? Or like are very unhealthy. And so I'm just think, okay, I'm gonna find the patients who are way less than 100 and then see if that's normal for them considering their height. So now that I know that Brie and Mac are less than 100, I'm just gonna go ahead and check their weights. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna select everything so I can see their information. So now I know that they both weigh 95, but the difference is that Brie is 59 inches. What is that again? 59 is 4'11", duh, and then Mac is 65, which means he's 5'5". So according to the conditions that they give us, I want to check if both of them, are good for their height. So I'll select the um name from patients where weight in this case is greater than, let's check Brie first. So Brie, which we already did, but still, I'm gonna do it again. So Brie is 4'11", so her height, well, her weight. So the conditions for her weight would be 94. Actually, you know what? Let's say I was a doctor, right? And I just had this pulled up, so I just want to know what her weight is. I can literally just look at it here. Okay, if her weight is 95, right? And she's, what is it? What is she? 4'11". 95 falls right into normal. So she's considered normal. Weight that she weighs normally. And then Mac is 5'5", and he is 95. So 5'5" is over here, and he's 95. Whoa. That's not even normal. That's like concerning. I think I don't even know. He's not even in. Okay, so how about we change Mac to something more healthy though? Like 120, something like that. Anyway, um, I mean, yeah, it's not the best example because there's not a lot you can really do, and it's kind of like but it is what it is. What else can I do? Select everything from patients where weight is less than 100. I can also select, maybe I can just select a certain column. So I can select, right, heights from patients. So that's going to give me all the heights. I can also select the weights from patient. Maybe I can find the average weight, right, of the patients. So the average weight is 154. Not that it really is like a significant thing to know. I mean, maybe. I can find the minimum weight, so who weighs, minimum of the weights. So who weighs the less, who weighs the most. I could also find, I can find the sum, but that doesn't really make sense. I could find the average height of all of my patients. So 62, which is around 5'2". Um, I could find the minimum height of all my patients, which is 59, which I believe is 4'11", right? Yep. And then the maximum height of all my patients, 67, which is 5'7". And then I did the average, right? And then the sum doesn't really make sense. So that's pretty much all there is to it. So I'll just go back to select everything from patients. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, again, it wasn't really the best example because but we got stuff out of it. Um, but yeah, because I can't just say, unless all of them were the same height, then I could be a little bit more better. Actually, let's do that. Let's change them all to 59. So pretend that they are like 5'9", not 5'9", sorry, 4'11". I'm like 5'9", like what? All right, so now that they're all the same height, like let's say this, I just selected all the um students who were, oh, I'm so dumb. I'm literally so dumb. If I could just go back, right? I could just do that here. I can select um all of the everything from patients, right? Where um where the height is equal to 59 and their weight is, let's say I want to know who's normal, right? 94 to less than 119. Where's the syntax error? I'm so confused. Did I delete? Oops. Did I spell it wrong? Huh? Patience? Don't you tell me that I spelled it wrong. Patience. Patience. Where? Um, select, oh, everything from patients. Okay, there we go. So, get rid of this. So what this does, it basically says, okay, select everything from patients, or I could just be more specific. I could be like, select the names, right, from the patients where their height is 59, I meant. And their weight is considered to be normal, which is this condition over here in accordance with this site over here. So Bree, right, she is normal weight, um, and right, in accordance to her height. This is for normal. So let's say I want to do for, let's say, what's the next one? Overweight. So it's 124 and then 143. So 124 and 143. Um, what? Well, that doesn't make sense. What did I do now? Height is 5, it's 59, 124, and weight. What? How does Bree satisfy? Is she. I'm so confused. She's greater than 184, less than 119, less than 119. What is Bree's, select everything from patients? Bree is 95, so I don't understand why she's showing up over here. Greater than 124, less than. Oh, that didn't make sense. 43, 124 to 143. Less than 143, greater than 124. So why does she show up here? Like, it's confusing. Oh, it's become so dumb, bro. Because obviously there's nobody who's 4'11" and is overweight. That's why this is from this. Okay, moving on to the next condition, which is what? Obesity. So those who are obese. And that condition is 148. to 193. Okay, so Una, right, is a patient whose height is 4'11 and her weight falls under the condition in which she is obese. So that's that. And then let's do the last one, which is severely obese, right? Paste that in there, and the condition for that one is 198 to 267. And Ari, so why are they all girls? Did I only put girls for 59? I'm so confused. All right. So where is it? So Ari is the name of the patient whose height is 4'11 or 59 inches and whose weight falls under the condition of being severely obese. Okay, so that's a little bit of querying for you. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I didn't really like this example. It was kind of messy, but whatever. Yeah, so let me just source this over here. Oh, I forgot. This is SQL. How do you comment in SQL? Let me ask. Whoa. To comment in SQL. Okay. Oh, so like CSS. Where's my stuff? Oh, just like CSS. Okay. And that's it for today. Bye.